Hey everybody, Doug here from 2 Plus Tough. So sorry about earlier. I was doing some gaming and then I fat fingered and accidentally killed the stream, but I did not realize it until quite a bit into. Well, that's not true. It was in the last stretch of that last level, so I'm not too worried about it. But I wanted to finish out that round because I was hanging out with a viewer. We were hanging out. Ethereal. It's awesome. It's a good time. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. But if you were following that stream, you know that I was basically using it to kill time so that I could go and get my army, which was just sent to me. And so this is going to be a hobby haul. I don't usually do these live, but you know what? I'm just going to hang out. And tomorrow we're going to have a hobby day as I try to get these guys built and painted. And so without further ado, we're going to go to the downward cam and check out what I got for my little hobby haul. All right, so here we are. Let me get that very sharp object out of the way. A second stream. Yeah, well, it was supposed to be one longer stream, but by golly. Oh, man. So, I'm going to keep the boxes off camera just because I didn't go through and, like, clear out my seller's address on everything. We'll take a look. It came in 2 boxes. So first up, we have here, this is, I don't know what that is. Which boss that's supposed to be. Now he did say kind of the shoulder pads were missing from here. I saw that is a known thing. That is quite all right. Honestly, I was just going to take bits from other kits and kind of fill them in. Now this is clearly a Frost Lord on a Stonehorn. Love it. Let's get a whole parking lot going here. Does the guy have a tail? Nope, that one doesn't have a tail. All right, so we got that. Oh, Spezia again, thank you so much, buddy. Oh, man. Let's see. I love these hobby haul videos. It makes me feel better. That's funny. That's, you know, isn't that always the goal? This... You know, I gotta check the War Scrolls. I don't recognize the riders, like, just by looking at them, which one's which. Because this... I know he said he bought some of them used. Let me just pull a bunch of them out. Actually, I think that's it for the super big boys, which is alright. So I know we have a Frost Lord on Stonehorn, so that's good, because he's a good unit. As for these other ones, it looks like, this guy looks like a, one of the riders for the smaller units. And these other two, I don't quite know. They look like, honestly, they kind of look like the pair of dudes who are in the back when you have the 2-man, setup. Which I'm not, it's fine. I can't imagine anybody really actively carrying a whole ton. But we'll paint them up. We'll make them look good. Those are not the real riders. Yeah, it's all right. That is all right. We can work with that. Let's see. I'm curious. I'll pick the one I like the least, and I'm just going to see if they are super glued or plastic glued. Because, we can always cut off arms and that kind of stuff. We'll make it work. I can't quite tell. It kind of looks like plastic glue. That's all right. That's all right. You know what? He's the most important dude, and he is what he says he is. So, as for the rest of them, I don't quite know what happened. Fine, because he has like the shoulder pads and everything. These two are the strange man out. So, I'm not sure if they were bought to be like kit bashed together or something like that, or possibly, like someone was using the rider for bits and that kind of stuff, and he just snagged the beasts themselves, and that way. He's like, oh, I need some riders, and he just grabbed whatever riders he had. So that could definitely be the yeah. Are you just doing Gur for the basing, or are you going to try something else? Well, so I have this idea, and I'm not quite sure how I'm going to bring it to life yet, but I was thinking about having them be from the realm of fire, and having like really, really dark, a mix of dark skins. So it could be like Fire Slayer flesh is like a really dark Caucasian skin, and then obviously like going darker than that, having all the way to full like black soot type skin. But the point is, what brings them all together is red tattoos. I was thinking about that. Okay, now these ones are alright. We got some Mornfang here. Oh, we got this guy with limp spear problems. It's alright. We're gonna keep on digging. You package these things well. There's like a mountain of bubble wrap in between each of these. Okay, there's got a horn blower. This guy. You getting Battle Force box? No, I am not. I have... This is my equivalent. I have all of the Battle Force stuff that I can handle. Okay, looks like you put all the Beastclaw in one and all the other stuff in the other, which is nice and seamless. So, from a Beastclaw half, I got some stuff I need to do to fix these dudes up. I don't quite understand how he got this arm, because it's like covering the dude's face. But I can work with that. And just cut it off at the wrist, and I mean, honestly, I might just cut out the flagpole too and just kind of twist his arm a bit. So we got that. The rest of them look pretty good. You know, he doesn't know. I would have paid extra for those mold lines, as people joke around. Yeah, I'm pretty pleased. These three in the back, the Thunder Tusks, I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do, but honestly, they're not. I mean, the Beastclaw Raider stuff was kind of like icing on the top for me. And the fact that this guy is good to go is fine. What, I have 3 battle line and a hero right there if I choose to go Beastclaw, so that is what it is. Let's see. Prepare to gain 40 pounds and a further 20 of beard. I love the normal ogres more than Beastclaw. That's kind of where I land, so that's why I'm excited to dig into the second box here. Let me see. Reach past everybody and their mom's spears. And... you can do black paint over Martian iron earth to make a cracked volcanic look, but be careful. From personal experience, they tend to chip away easily without a varnish. I don't really care for like magma broken rocks look. I think if I did an Akshi thing, it would be like almost like Red Rock Canyon style, like where the ground's not breaking apart necessarily, but it is just red earth. Something like that. Okay. Holy crap. So, it looks like a lead belcher. And 2, that's on a Necromunda base. That's super funny. I won't lie, some of these are a little rough, but we can work with that. Got them at a steal. You know, you get what you pay for. Okay, so basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to divide these into a few categories, right? Not just Beastclaw and regular, but also models that are like ready to go and models that need a little TLC. Like for example, all these guys are missing their little grot dudes' heads. Pourquoi? Okay, he's good to go. Good. Good. They all need grot heads. I think these are good to go. Okay. Okay. So we got that. Let's see. That's so many lead belchers. Yeah. It amazes me when people do these rescued from eBay videos, what some people do to these models that are so expensive. Agreed. Yeah, I don't know what happened here. There's a story. It probably involves too much alcohol. Okay. Now we're dipping into some, these are the basic ogre guys. And it looks like they got contrast painted a bit. The skin is fine. That's actually just fine for me and my purposes. Here's the Tyrant. It's a new one. Honestly, in terms of just blocking out all the base colors, that looks pretty good. It doesn't show up super well in the camera, but it's just like lead belcher with a wash, and that's, it doesn't need to be much more than that. So in terms of like, your base colors, and I can build up from there, whatever I want to do. But I must say, these guys are certainly the most put together, like in terms of like literal pieces missing. Oh man. Okay. Go for the next pile here. What do we got? We got one of these bad boys, one of these big old cannon suckers. Nice, and it's already primed. Looks like Gracier to me. Sweet. I can certainly use that. Okay, we have a Maw Pot. This thing doesn't have a base, does it? I think this is exactly how it is. Sweet. Get that out of there. We're still going. Still half a box left in this thing. Have you ever tried BioStrip? Special paint remover stuff? By far the best I've used. No, but I might. I actually don't want to strip the models on these, just simply because it's just like a Gracier base with some contrast paints, and they picked a normal skin color, and I can paint over everything else. Okay, what do we got here? So we got a Yeller. We got, I think he used to be a standard bearer, and then his thing got crushed. Yep. That's okay. Here's the elite guys. Can't remember their name right now. And the reason that this lot stood out to me is because it comes with a butt ton of these huge guys of even just the basic guy. Because when I think about playing this army, I don't really think about Beastclaw Raider side, although I'm certainly going to have them match, like paint scheme wise. I really do think more about just like normal ogres. Okay, what do we got? Got a bunch more stuff that's kind of just willy-nilly dumped into a bag. Gluttons, thank you. Sorry, these are not exactly packaged well. Give me 1 second. Alright, so I can see that my screen is full. And so to make it really easy, basically this second box I had was just a whole, it was all of the banner bearers for this same type, the gluttons, the basic dudes. I think one of them is supposed to go over here with the iron guts, I believe. But we got a whole bunch. There should be 30 total gluttons. Wow, this is a lot of stuff. This is a lot at once. Nice thing is there's enough of it primed that I can actually like start doing things, which is always a plus to me, you know? I like when my models are built and just ready for me to start using. All right. Back in here like I didn't just spend 3 hours with Thug. Okay, what do we got? Oh, okay. So I might sacrifice some of these dudes, but there's roughly 30 or so Gnoblars. Bunch of Gnoblars. And I might pop some of the heads off of these, because some of these lead belchers, the only thing they're missing, they have a little grot on their shoulder and all they're missing is the head. So I might do that just to fill out that unit, because that's more important to me than the Gnoblars are. So I need to find 1, 2, 3. I'm looking for, I feel like one of these guys should be more heavily armored. There should be one more Iron Gut, and I'm just not seeing him. Let's see. Oh, here he is. He is that banner bearer. Okay. Okay, we can fix that. That's not a big deal. There we go. So, all right. So here's the final tally for this hobby haul. Okay. Let me just get some stuff out of my way. We have a Frost Lord on Stonehorn. Put him off to the side. We have 3, and you know, I knew this going into it, that he just called them Thunder Tusks, and he didn't add any more detail. That's totally fine. I'm going to find some way to kit bash those so that they can be a little bit more specific as to what they are, and it might just be adding, like, you know, fur cloaks to kind of make them more like, you know, Huskardy, that kind of stuff. But we got essentially 3, I don't know, Thunder Tusk riders of varying significance. We'll figure out what to make those in a hot bit. So we got those back there. We have 2, 4, 6 Mournfang pack total. So that's 3 units, because they're minimum size 2. Let's see, so we got that. Let me throw those over there. Beastclaw Raider stuff goes to the back of the bus. All right. So we got that. And if you have suggestions or questions, you go ahead and you throw them right in here. Let's see. We had a guy in our group use these in Path to Glory. Completely obnoxious. Could be. Yeah, I could see that. Doug, I hope you don't sell these after a year like your Nurgle dudes. Oh, friend, you must be new to this channel. All I do is walk around breaking hearts. People are like, oh my god, you're playing my favorite faction. And everyone who's been a veteran of this channel is just like, this guy here, the artillery piece, he's not quite centered. Oh good, he's very lightly glued on, so I can pop him off. Okay, so we got our artillery piece, which I don't care how good it is, I am using this model. I love it so much. We got a tyrant who is looking absolutely fab. Yeah, it's just a lead belcher, and I can go back and pick out the rest of the stuff that needs fixing up. Honestly, he did a pretty good job. It looks like somebody just, you know, maybe it was their first faction, or maybe there was an allied thing and just tried jumping in with contrast, which is great. I mean, that's what I suggest. They just didn't do any highlights or anything like that, so it didn't quite pop. So aside from that, let's go into the other stuff here. So we have our 4 lead belchers, one of which is carrying a banner. And I am, you know what occurred to me is I almost have enough stuff to do, like, well, I know I have enough stuff to do multiple of the, I'm like a hero or 2 away from doing multiples of the battalions. So like I could actually have my own like Maw tribe, like literally like the mega battalion is not super far out of my range. So that's kind of cool. I kind of dig that. Let's see. They're actually good in underguts. Okay. I think it's called an Iron Blaster. Thank you, Omniface. I'm just listening because I believe got close to the same army on my bench. Nice. That's awesome. That's awesome. I wish AOS had more artillery, not counting cities. I agree. I wish I had more chariots too, if I'm honest with you. I love chariots. So we should have somewhere around 30 gluttons. And I'm going to organize them here because it'll kind of help my painting. So these guys are primed, plus got some base coats. So we'll kind of put those to one group. If I'm not mistaken, these guys operate in units of like 3 or 4, I think. I love that their hornblower is just a guy screaming. Like, I just love it. I don't know why. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. And then we have a subsection of those. Let's see. So we got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 that are started painting. Units of 3. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. They can take 2 banners per squad. A squad of 3 guys can have 2 banners. Okay. That's funny. Okay, so if there are 3, let's bust them out that way. Because it helps me kind of wrap my brain around, you know, when I can say like, oh, I painted a unit. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3 units. Boom, Iron Guts. So Iron Guts are in 4, Gluttons are in 3s. Thank you. Yeah, these are Gluttons I'm counting out right now. Got those. Group of 3 and a group of 3. Sweet. Okay, so ready for the painting table. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What is it? Yeah, 6 units all ready to go. Sweet. That's awesome. Okay, that's more than I thought, because the picture, you know, he said there were more dudes, but I didn't know if they were all primed or not, so that's actually really great. I'm very happy about that. As far as the others, then I have an additional... Man, I got so many freaking dudes. Let's see, got all these guys. Okay, and then these are my iron gluttons that I'm just going to put off to the side here. Dougie means you have 2 types of banners, so a big squad can have both types. Yes, yeah, I understood. I more meant like modeling wise. It's always funny when there's like half a unit can carry like banners or horns or something. That's kind of how I feel about the Morn Fang pack, where it's like they can have a banner, they can have a horn, and they can be a leader, and you're like, well, there's only 2 dudes minimum. I like that kind of stuff. Makes me chuckle. Let's see. Lead Belchers are minimum 2, but need to be in groups of 4 for battle line. Okay. Haven't used contrast, but I have an unpainted 60 Noblar Horde. Highly recommend it. Honestly. So I'm looking at the Noblar models right now. I'll tell you what. So this is all my painted stuff. That's in its own group. I'm super happy. That's all ready to go. Let's take a look at these Noblars. Because I'm pretty sure some of them are not the actual Noblar kit. They're just like little attachments that were around with these guys. Which is fine. I don't really care. But if I was going to, honestly, if you grabbed Orc Green or Orc Skin, whatever contrast, which is like a super green, or even the Militarum Gray if you wanted more of a drab kind of green, and like 2 or 3 brown ones, I'd probably go Wildwood and Agros Dunes. You could knock out these guys very quickly and easily, like with almost no work. Like these are very simple models. Because a lot of the stuff they're carrying, it's just different kinds of leather, but if you just throw a contrast paint on there, it's not going to look super different. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Alright, so put the Noblars off to the side. And the last thing here is the Lead Belchers. And I'm actually going to pull up the Games Workshop site to see what parts I'm missing, because I feel like some of those cannons are incomplete. Okay, we got Lead Belchers. Okay, so it's not that they're incomplete. Well, they sort of are, but some of them are missing, like, there's supposed to be like harpoons and junk shooting out of them. Okay, so with the exception of little grot heads, the models are complete. They're just missing the ammo bits. But honestly, I have weapon bits. I can just cork them. Let's see. Because I was thinking like, oh, maybe there's like a section of pipe here. Nope. I'm looking at one on the site right now that has this exact model. Built the exact same way. And the only difference is there was like harpoons and stuff coming out of there. So easy peasy. So as far as these go, how many of them a lot of these guys have grots on their shoulder, which is just funny to me. So it looks like I'm only missing 3. Is that right? I feel like there was more last time when I looked. Let's see. No, just 3. Okay. So we're going to lose 3 Noblars. I don't actually know how many are there. 3 Noblars. Throw some heads on their little shoulder guys. And we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. 12 of them. Oh my god. So I don't know a single thing about Maw tribes. Oh, and the Maw bot. And I'm half tempted to put like Arby's or something on the side there. I don't know a single thing about this army other than low model count. I know some of the more passive stuff as far as like the allegiance abilities with being hungry and eating and that kind of stuff. With this collection, does anyone have any suggestions? I'm going to do my own painting theme, and so, you know, rules-wise, I'm going to be able to play as whatever I want. I'm curious if anyone has any suggestions based on my collection. Ooh, excuse me, I'm yawning. What would be a good sub-faction to try? Let me go back to my live streaming thing here. Oh, welcome to Battle Line. Is that Smogtown? Is that how you pronounce that? I don't know how to pronounce it. Sorry. Let's see. You could glue a Noblar deco bit on the cannons with a bear trap. Good luck with sorting off the bit. Well, thank you. Spezia, question. Do you have a name in mind for your Warglut? No, I wanna do my own. Underguts give lead belchers 18-inch range. Say Underguts tribe with your lead dudes maybe get 1 more cannon. Interesting. Okay. Oh, there's a lot of votes for Underguts. All right, check them out. As far as what I want to do for my name, I don't have a specific thing. What did I have? I thought I had something. Let's see. I thought I left it in my notes. Let's see if I still have it. Nope. Definitely accidentally deleted it. Okay. I don't know what I'm going to call it. I'm going to work on that. So again, if you're just joining me, my thought, was I'm going to have them be from Akshi. So it's a lot of Fire Slayer flesh, kind of darker tones for any skin color. They're going to be a mix of skin colors from ashen black to all the way to Caucasian and everything along that spectrum. And that's about it. I want to do red tattoos all over them. Honestly, one of the reasons I got this army is quite frankly because I wanted, like, you know, their bodies are so large that they're great canvases to do like tattoo work and that kind of stuff. So I want to try that. And yeah, I think as far as modifications go, I need to figure out something with those Beastclaw guys. Because I need to do some cutting and snipping to make the banner not in this dude's face, because for some reason this just annoys me to no end. Like he's just like hiding behind it, or he's like peeking through all cheeky like. And then, yeah. Man, this is a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff. But, you know what's funny is I'm looking at all this and I'm like, well, I only have to paint half of it to have a fully painted army. Stuff like that. Let's see. Actually goes well with lead belchers. Nice. Hey man, happy to be a member. Love your work. Oh, thank you so much. That's super kind of you. Maybe sculpt some Fire Slayer's hair. I am not a sculptor, but I will try to figure something out. Definitely will. Okay, so that is it. That is it for, actually, one thing I want to do here is quickly count out and get them out of this annoying plastic bag. There. No more crackling plastic. Sorry, guys. Let's see. So we got... Some of these are hilarious looking. See, I had a buddy, Max, over in the Seattle area, and he loved the Noblars. And I have no emotional attachment to these guys. Because what he used to do to me was use his Tyrant ability, and I'm not sure if this still works, like keywords change and that kind of stuff, but I don't think it does. But he used to have a huge thing of 60 Noblars, and he would make them fear, like, they don't take bravery tests anymore, because your Tyrant used to be able to scream at them, you'd lose D3 dudes, but then they don't have to take any tests for the rest of the game. And I'm not sure if that still applies to them specifically, but it was miserable to have to chew through this many bodies, even at, there's 6 up or whatever saves. We got 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 36. Okay. I'm going to pick out 6 that have the easiest to snip off heads. These had to have been coming from various kits here because they're all like reprints. They don't look the same as like just a box of Noblars. It makes me hurt. Oh, it still works? Oh, that's so savage. Quick question, what made you get rid of your Nurgle pirates? I just wanted to try something different. I am somebody who, when I think about this hobby, I get how do I word this? So the way that I best described it to somebody else was, if you think about people who love to go garage sale shopping, like, because they're always like hunting for cool deals and trying to discover stuff, I apply that same joy to my hobby. And so I love painting up stuff and I love doing the projects, and then I was like, you know what, I just want to do something different. And the way that I fund new things is I sell old stuff. I don't have emotional attachments to armies. I do it because I love it, and it always gives me content to share with you guys. That's it. Permanent fear immunity. Yeah, it's super gross. Blur sizes are 20, 40, and 60. Okay. Each ogre sprue comes with a few Noblars. Yeah, so I'm thinking just, we have 30 gluttons and all these things. Like, I'm sure this is just a mishmash of random dudes. Okay. So yeah, we'll pick a few out. He's kind of rough looking. His head is extended way out there, so it's be easy to clip off. And that guy too. Okay, there's my 3 heads that I need for my 3 lead belchers. Because I guess I don't care about these guys at all. Could not care less. And that leaves me, well, it sucks to be like 1 or 2 shy, but it is what it is. So that's okay. Once I get a box of actual Noblars, it'll beef it right up. The different sculpts also come from different ogre kits. Yeah, I figured. Sweet. Ogres are like Space Marines. You can customize them with any arm parts. That's awesome. You should get a proper box of Noblars. Better models once the ogres. Yeah, and that's the thing, Nacho Libre. I'm going to do that. Like, I'm going to get a box and then intermingle them. Because honestly, like, with most stuff, I find that mixing the kits together kind of makes them just look more fun. Like, it's kind of how I feel about the old Slaves to Darkness Chaos Warriors and the new kit, where it's like, the new kit is amazing. But when you start mixing them together and they have different poses and they look characterful in different ways, I think that's when it starts getting a lot more interesting. Very interested in this mob pot. Now, I've been told it is quite possibly the least, or the most underwhelming piece of terrain that they've ever made. Because it's like a once per game like heal, and it's not really in your control to refill it, but I think it'd be fantastic for like a display board or something like that. So I think it could be quite fun. We'll put that off, and I think that is going to be it for the hobby haul. Now, of course, like I said, priority stuff to paint, I'm going to start with the stuff that's already primed, because honestly, between the Tyrant, Iron Blaster, and a bunch of gluttons. That's just a good start to an army to kind of establish my paint scheme, what I want to do there. And then for the rest of it, I think I'm going to basically pick a battalion and flesh that out completely. So that's my idea right now. I should be able to prime stuff tomorrow, I think. And yeah, we'll get to hopping. So hopefully, let's see. I'm hoping tomorrow afternoon to do a live stream where I start doing my painting. I'm going to try one guy like off air just to kind of get my scheme down and see what I want it to be like. And then we'll go from there. And we'll come up with kit bash ideas for the Thunder Tusks and that kind of stuff, because they don't need much, but they need something. If nothing else, like 2 of them are missing the shoulder things, which he was honest about. He told me that. That's why they were like so severely discounted. But yeah, that's clearly a Mournfang rider. And he's missing his little thing, which honestly I might just do like fur or something. But, yeah, I want to use him. I just don't know what to use him as. So we'll figure that out. And honestly, if I threw a spear end here and a fur cloak around him, he would just look like a Frost Lord on a Thunder Tusk. Okay. So that's not, I mean, you know, the other one with the crossbow I think is a little bit harder to do something with. Let's see. Yeah, and he has some kind of reins in his hand I think is supposed to connect somewhere. Oh yeah, I can see the holes right there on his head where he's supposed to connect. We'll figure all that out. They need some TLC, but we'll figure it out. Frost Lord on Thunder. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. I kit bashed my Slaughtermaster and Butcher. It was great fun. I think I'll end up doing the same, but I don't know how I want to do that. Because I don't know anything against resin models. They're fine, but do want something unique. Do you have any additional sprues? No, I don't. This came bog standard. My understanding is that the gentleman, I'm guessing, sniped a few different deals from various sources because they don't have the same build quality across all of them. The ones that are more painted and like it looks like someone more recently put work into them are done very well, and then others are built very like why aren't the harpoons and stuff inside their cannons, and the guy's arm is at a weird angle, like stuff like that where you're just like, what was going on here? So I think it's just a hodgepodge of sources. So nope, no sprues. It just is what it is. And that's okay because I have Noblars to fix these guys and they're awesome. The Mournfang are great. It really is just that one banner bearer, and all I have to do is clip his wrist and just tilt the flag a bit. I got to do some minor repairs on this guy, but honestly, everything came in really good condition. Like, that guy's banner breaking is the only break. Like, I don't see anything else that's super crushed. Maybe this guy's box thing on top. I don't really know what's going on top of this thing, but it is what it is. So anyway, that is it. That is the new Maw Tribes army. You're going to be seeing me painting some of these guys tomorrow, and we'll get that paint scheme down. And honestly, I'm unsure of if I want to try to develop a story and then come up with a paint scheme, or paint something I like and then be like, now what brought us here, right? And kind of flesh the story out from there. What do you guys think? Which one? Let's see. At least the tail is already broken off. Tail on this guy? Tail. The tail on my the Thunder Tusk is fine. Oh, I see. That's where the Noblars look out and stand. I'm probably just going to clip that off, but the actual thing itself is in great condition. I see what you did, yeah. Okay. That's a super funny thing. So yeah, that is it. Join me tomorrow. We'll be doing some painting. I don't have an exact time yet. I have to do some other stuff, but we're going to have a great time. Thank you all so much for hanging out with me today. what brought us here. I like developing a story first, but either way it works. Okay, okay. I've got 1 billion ogre bits left over. PM me. I can mail them to you. I don't know how to PM people in this thing, but I do have my email address on the about section of this thing. So if it's an offer, I will gladly pay for shipping. Do you have any ideas for a basing scheme? Well, I'm still kind of coming up with a story. My thought is Akshi, having them be from Akshi, and I want it to be like not, how do I word this? Not like the dried deserty ground, but like if you've ever been to like Utah or those kinds of parts of the country in the US where it's like red rock, where it's not like necessarily all like salt desert where the ground kind of retracts and like you see like the cracks in the ground like the magma texture paint does for GW kind of a thing, but rather it's just literally red rock and you just build up different colors. So I think that's kind of what I'm looking for, but I'm going to look at different, I don't know. Could try making their pants cindering, like at the bottom. I don't know. Let me see. Let me get a sense. They're very simple pants. Very, very simple. Okay. I like it. Or maybe having like more red tones on the actual ogre, but then his tattoos are like black or blue. Give it some contrast, that kind of thing. That might be cool. Anyway, so I'm gonna go ahead and turn the stream off, but friends, thank you so much for joining me. This has been fun to kind of just pull it all out and kind of take it in. I'm gonna throw some pictures up on social media, and I do at some point want to buy my own tyrant here and then kind of like kit bash my own together, just to kind of, I like to have a unique leader, right? Leaders are always fun to make unique and kit bashed, but since he's already built and since he's already got great base colors, with the exception, I'm gonna cover up the green, but that's fine. I'm not gonna cut him up or anything like that just because he's already there. So anyway, thank you all so much. I will check you all out later. Catch me tomorrow, probably in the afternoon my time, so what, 20 hours from now, something like that. We'll go ahead and we'll hop back on and get some painting in. So thank you so much for watching, and happy wargaming.